they need a dedicated centre. They're in community. Whereas we can bring the community in. No, the community can come in there.
Well, that was one time. You could go in, and you could get in, and they had one with service shoes, and we used to quite enjoy it because they thought it was their job. Some of them used to say we're going to their work. And if you went in, you get a cup of tea because they were in the dining room. You're studying, you've got to sign in and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So they used to ask if it was gay because they thought this was a great job. Do you know what I mean? So that's to come in. But then, you know what I mean? It's up to them. It's like everything, as I say to them, everybody's got their own community. You've got a gay community. And do you know what I mean? They've opened up clubs for Polish and everything, which is great. So why should they not have their community where they're understood and they're good people? They know. It's a lot of use if you're good. It's what you're in common. And you know who's going the best.
So what have you been offered in terms of better accommodation?
Well, they had to, well, not have carers. They were supposed to get put in March. That was when it was the shop, started getting it. Lovely. And no really. That was the last carers meeting, so they will not have a carers meeting. They had individual meetings with us, and when we walked in, they tell us, you're going to the Banbury Centre in Barfield, and I went, no, my daughter's not going there. And she went, I'll take you're taking STS, and I went, no, I'm not. I went, I'm not taking STS, I went, I'll just keep fighting for a sin.
SDS is self-directed support. It's a lump sum of money. You don't get the lump sum of money. It's part of you decide, right? Like my daughter decides. So it's a cut. If I had to take that for my daughter, which I probably will eventually, my daughter will have to take it because we're getting it forced on us. I'll not get it. It costs £140 a day to look after my daughter. So when this SDS comes in, when my daughter has been forced to take, she'll only get a lump sum of 8,000, say 500, and that's to do for the full year.
So we'll be able to afford 5 days at a cent, but then you'll be
we'll have to set up to buy it, and we'll know. So she'll be at home more than what she'll be out.
Yeah, question.
When you go in with, you know, other places in the city, you know, do the same thing, you know, the places that want to transfer you, you know, what do they say, you know, in terms of solidarity and trying to keep the place open?
What's the try to say is that actually ring fence. It's a community that's divided.
But you know how you get schools campaigning and you get quite a lot of solidarity. The school was obviously at the end of the way. You know, if they can move you, they can move the next place. This is a pretty exceptional case, you know what I mean? So if you can use you, it might be even easier to move the next. So
well, that's what we say when we go to meetings for, we go to all different meetings with disabled people and things like that, and we say, well, if it happens in the east, it will happen in the north, and it will happen in the south. Why don't you go out and support us? I don't know what it is there that they'll not come out. I think because they're all right now, they think it's not going to hit them.
You find that quite a lot in Glasgow. If it's not affecting me, I don't care. And I think if they get away with what they're doing with us and this happens, they'll just stay right through. And I think people will let us down.
It's as if Glasgow City Council and the Commonwealth Games and Social Work Department don't want people in that area, don't want people like my daughter in that area. We want to enjoy the games like everybody else, but if this is happening to my daughter, there's no way I'll share the games because I'm not having that. My daughter's born and bred in the East End of Glasgow, like a lot of the service users, and why should we move for this big multi-million-pound company?
And I just feel my daughter can't talk for herself, as we say, here are kids' voices.
Aye.
And I think they've got every right like anybody else.
It's just they did it about 20 years ago, 50 years ago, you know, with care, I can't remember what particular area, but it was the basic thing, you know, it's care in the community. So you don't need a centre where you can go and carers can talk to each other in the community thing. You want to put pictures, we'll supply a taxi, you know, if you want to do this, we'll do this. You know, so this is the kind of second or third
Yeah,
phase here.
exactly right.
Done
That's-
this colour.
And,
And maybe the history of that kind of stuff should be used to try and get more solidarity with the other centres, because it is an issue that you'll be next.
It's the friendships, no, I can take my last set of pictures. It took me to tell somebody to take a bit of pictures.
No, he's talking about
Aye,
That's
but
what they did the
aye,
last time, they
it's
shut the whole town.
community,
down.
aye.
Aye.
That's the community.
but
But that's what they're doing now, they're taking their kids to pictures and it's costing a fortune for them to go, even the new to the day centre, because they're not allowed to stay in this centre. We need to give them, they pay for everything, so they're taking them out every day. And last year, I thought I was going to lose my daughter, and I'm not putting up with it this year. She ended up in hospital with pneumonia at Whitwell, and I thought she'd had Alzheimer's. She's 32-year-old, she's been through the menopause, and she complains of legs sore. And they're phoning me up complaining if she says she doesn't want to go to the centre. But I think that's what a day centre's for. You get her and their friends. And for anything else, if they don't feel like it, they should take their centre to be with the people they know, on their level. I think that's what a day service is about. I'm not saying they should never go out, but they should take the choice, especially for, see, school holidays and everything stops for our kids. Because school holidays are out. So you're not letting them stay in their own centre. They've shut everything down. They used to hear music around the computer from this, that and the next thing. They think to do it, so they're taking your kids out every day. But then when the school holidays are out, that stops. And they take money, they're taking them for pub meals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, this kind of thing that's costing us a fortune. And plus they're all putting on weight. You bank jail. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I first met Helen and Margaret Grace when they came to the student occupation at Glasgow Uni, and it kind of re-linked with Margaret there, because a few students, we'd just been evicted from the occupation, 80 cops and all the rest of it. Therefore, and a few students in a long period wanted to show support and met their core people who then came to the occupation, and it was kind of linked. But just watching your bitching, I kind of feel a bit ashamed that we weren't, students weren't down there to help you that
There were
day.
students there, but that day they came at 20 minutes to 5 in the morning. Do you know what I mean? And by the time everybody got down, it was all over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They broke the law on that straight away because they should never have came at sunrise. Straight away, 20 minutes to 5 in the morning, and next minute we made power in the house. They took the fuses out. As I say, my sister was earliest, and it was totally the things they had done. But people out there think we were just evicted. They don't realise what happened before that. No,
Yeah.
they got us out.
Just to get the communication that came and told us a story to record, like just the year before, like a few months, the semester before, I was doing like a module on like globalisation and sport, so we're looking at these big neoliberal roadshows that swung into town, and I just been doing stuff for coursework, like you could find more critical stories about Chinese governments clearing Beijing and the South African governments doing the same for the World Cup than you can in Glasgow about what's happening with this Commonwealth Games. That's a disgrace. Like, where is the liberal media? Where is the liberal media in Glasgow? You know, I think it's an absolute disgrace, and I think when we first met, I don't really mind to say it, but basically they were like, we felt that they were fighting injustice because it was just clear injustice, but it didn't really have any hope of winning it. And I think it was important that we were arguing that students need to get behind us, the general left in Glasgow have to get behind us, and I think there was a wee bit of hope instilled in you, and it kind of helped culminate with the big demonstration and stuff, and I think campaigns had a wee bit of a brick wall.
We can't stand, as parents, the three is me, Mary and Grace, we can't stay up for the students, because when we feel down, we just phone them or meet them somewhere, and that's us. We're away with a bus, you know what I mean? Go on, keep fighting. We can just squeeze that bus and...
As I say, in Kilmarnock, Paul, you know what like it is, Paul's for the travelling community, and he's the exact same situation. They came to use too, didn't they? And they've moved loads of people off of their land too.
Well, they haven't moved any as yet.
No, you're all right, just
No, I wouldn't say alright, but certainly a different kind of fight. Looking back at your kind of whole story, what would you do differently?
What would I do differently? Learn the laws quicker than what I've learned now. Learn all the different things quicker than what we've done now. Sheena's been 17 years under compulsory purchase too, and she's still fighting for her compensation just now. And it's unbelievable what she's went through. She's went through all the same situation as me. I chapped her door way back in 2000, and I says, I seen her story in the paper, and I chapped her door, and I said, could you help me? I'm under the same situation as you. And she says to me, first of all, what do you want? Do you want your home, or do you want your health? I says, I want a home. And she went, right. Unknowns to me, Sheena had come through all the same situation as me with the health and all that. And then, as I say, she's still the new thing to get a compensation. This is what the councils do. They put everybody out. They're supposed to give an advance payment of what's on the table. I'm still waiting my advance payment. I got a letter the other day saying I was to sign my discharge papers before I would get anything. And if I sign my discharge papers, I'm walking away with nothing. So
I just wonder, in retrospect, looking back at it, if you'd spent some of the money that you spent with lawyers, which we all know do very well for us all,
right,
I wonder if you'd spent some of that money with PR companies.
aye.
Because a lot of the issue is that these are small independent cases. They, you know, the councils have a
they've
huge
got
PR
money,
department,
they've got-
and actually the Commonwealth Games brought in an independent PR company to push forward their message. And sometimes I think that the ordinary person, if you like, doesn't look at how to get the message out there. And I'm sorry, in today's world, the press isn't on your side.
No,
Because the press have
Look
to
at
be
Dale
fed the
Farm.
information by a PR company. Because they don't want to do the research, they don't want to do the work.
no,
You know, they want a synopsis handed to them so they can write a quick story.
that's right.
And the council write the synopsis every day of the week, and
Aye.
they don't have the time or the inclination, and we're not going to change that, but they'll come down and learn your story in the background.
That's right.
So I think a lesson to learn from it is that if you find yourself in that situation, I'm not saying you don't pay a lawyer, but get yourself a good PR company.
That's right. That's what we
I was just gonna say, like, I'm really impressed by seeing how, like, you guys have gone out and talked to people and like tapped doors and, you know, and showed up at the university and like I just think that's really impressive. And I just want to say, you know, like, maybe the press isn't on our side, but there's a lot of people who are, and you know, like, I think it's really like a good lesson for people, you know, for people who are finding out about this and going, oh, I want to support this, like that connecting of struggles and like showing people, finding other people who are having the same problems and understanding the connections between all of these problems. Like, I think it's a pretty impressive lesson.
It's unbelievable the amount of people that came forward to us and they've been in the same situation. First of all, I'm just waiting to speak to somebody's son next week. The man has took a heart attack and died, and his business is there. His son's trying to get his compensation. And people that we only get 3,000, we only went away with £3,000 for our home. It's unbelievable. It's been going on away back to maybe the 50s, and it's only took up till the now to us to stand up and fight the council back and say this is wrong. You need to get this sorted out, and that's what we're planning to do.
Helen and Mary, do you want to comment on the sort of support that you've had for Save the Equal, because you've become involved in the more general anti-cuts?
We can't thank everybody enough for the support that we're getting. We've got nearly all the trade unions supporting us. The local people, when we go to the Force Market, that's the local area, shopping area, when we go to the Force Market and we do the petitions there and we hand out leaflets, the support we get there is just absolutely fantastic. For in the town and that, just normally sort about handing leaflets out anywhere, telling people a story. They're just disgusted. It's everybody that's, and as I said, the Free Harrington, that was just, I mean, it's unbelievable they can't stop what they do for you.
I mean, at first we did phone papers up for
Aye.
STV and but no, they don't want to know. I think there was a clause in the games that carry you but unless it was something for anything was it. And we're not going to let it go. They'll shame them at every turn. Stand outside the city chambers.
And if you find that there's anybody important at the Games Village,
Aye,
Another
if you hear
go away
anything
down.
around in there. Some don't phone us and go, there's some motors
They're
outside
taking
the
laws.
front.
I've got sites set up there, Float Save the Corn, and I've got Commonwealth Sheen,
Aye.
and a lot of people we go in and we log into talking about.
Aye.
I run the council doing, or the councillors doing, and different things, and we keep in touch with each other, know what's happening, different things.
they don't like it when we badmouth them about the games, the councillors, and we say to them they should be ashamed of themselves for doing this to people with learning disabilities.
They've opened a beautiful big new office up in Albion Street. The past that go and see it, it's out of this world. Big fancy terms, leather suites, on new computers, and that's where I went. I don't get a centre for my daughter. She's not going to a community centre. I mean, a day, I've been down to the Albion Street.
We've seen the,
I was just going to say, there's a really good film on here, I don't know whether it's happened yet, but the House That Revolution. It's just when the guy's talking about public relations and stuff like that. I mean, this is how the people go about it, you know, getting this crowd